Welcome to the channel. In the videos I'll be playing and reviewing a variety of Web3 games. With the projects I pick, I'll be focusing on the game and the fun part, with any payouts from them being a bonus. However, I will briefly cover the high-level tokenomics. If you are playing and enjoying any Web3 games, leave them in the comments and I'll try and check them out later. Today I'm looking at Devikins. The developers describe it as Eldritch fun fueled by crypto. Devikins is a turn-based RPG mixed with character breeding, all of it fueled by crypto tokens used in lieu of a non-valued game currency. At least, it will be. Currently the turn-based RPG isn't released. For now you raise your dev kids in the nursery using different training tools, send the adults on adventures, and procreate to get more dev kids. The developers are Moon Labs, described as a brand new game studio composed of industry veterans. The game runs via Clever. The full version of the game was released on the 14th of April 2022. The game is mobile only and can be downloaded on iOS and Android. You can play the game for free with a Devkin that isn't an NFT. The only restriction is that accounts with only a Devikins cannot withdraw their tokens. You will still need more Devikins to continue to progress in the game. More on that coming up. So what makes a Devkin? A Devkin is a unique NFT. They have a range of combining features. First, they have genes. These influence what the face of the Devkin looks like, from their horns to their teeth. Ancestry. This defines their skin tone and may have effects in the future. Personality. This affects the clothes and their behaviour, as well as influencing other aspects of the game that could be covered later. Abilities. Devkins have 5 stats. These have an affinity score and a stat score for each. The affinities stay the same and stats can be increased. This impacts current game elements and future ones. So what can you do now? Currently there are 3 aspects of gameplay: procreation, training and void adventures. Procreation is how you breed more Devkins. You require 2 adult Devkins, an incubator and some DVK. This process takes 12 hours, giving you an embryo. To limit the population growth, the team has recently changed the cost of procreation, as well as running an event to encourage players to dispose of their incubators for rewards. Next, you have training. When you hatch your embryo, it becomes a dev kid, and it's in the nursery. In the nursery, you have to keep them happy by feeding them, cleaning them, and letting them rest. You then use different training items to increase their stats. There is a large selection of these items, and different personalities prefer different items. You can get training items by either collecting the free packs or buying them in the shop with DVK. You have 7 days to train your stats up to a max of 100. The final aspect of gameplay currently is the void adventures. Once you have your Devkins trained, you can let them loose on the void to complete void adventures. Currently, they are just timer events where you click go and wait to see if you are successful. You do need to be smart with your Devkins because the adventures have differing requirements, be it stat score, personality or a special gene. The rewards are a mixture of myth seeds, training items and procreation items. Collecting these myth seeds are what help you climb the rankings. There are guild rankings. These are with members of your guild. The guild can also help by having a chat function as well as a donation function, so you can share items with players that you are playing with. You can also increase your individual ranking by collecting more of these myth seeds. You can also collect items and myth seeds by completing the daily chores. If you want to complete all the chores, you're always going to need a dev kid in the nursery. This encourages you to keep minting and breeding the Devkins. This leads us on to the earning part of the game. Every Wednesday there's a prize pool. This prize pool is currently 10 million DVK. This is split in a ratio of the myth seeds held by you to the total myth seeds earned that week by all players. During May they also added to the pool all the DVK spent in the shop, and currently this week they are burning all DVK that is spent in the shop. The marketplace for the Devkins currently has over 8,000 for sale, with the floor being around 800 DVK, which is about $1.90. There are various minting options with different packages from 1 to 10 mints, and as you can see the results vary from the common all the way through to a very few Eldritch. My daily routine when playing the game involves logging in regularly to level up my dev kids. This has recently been improved by their Mad subscription that allows me to stack multiple items so I don't have to log in every time one of them ends. Then sending my Devkins out on void adventures and making sure I complete all the chores. It's interesting to note that subscription feature for Mad because this is paid with fiat and it can help you collect additional free packs from adverts, you get daily rewards, and what interests me is that this is a good way of injecting funds into the project which can then be used for development without having to live on the token. I'm enjoying playing this game. It's enhanced by playing it with friends and comparing how each of us are doing, and the introduction of the new rank tables has helped spark that level of competition. I started using my smartwatch to get push notifications just to see if I could stay ahead a little bit, but as soon as I mentioned it, they've now done the same with theirs. It's still in beta, so there are some changes that can mess with your plans, so you might have to be a bit more flexible as you're going through it. This happened early on when I put very little effort into developing my first Devkins because the void adventures had a much lower requirement, which has now been raised. Those Devkins are almost useless at the moment, but there are plans for them to be able to be burnt to level up your better Devkins. The fact that minting is on the Clever wallet and the market is on the Clever exchange was a little bit frustrating as each of them needs their own account. But overall I find it easy to play, but you are required to put in a good bit of effort just to make sure you actually get Devkins which are useful in the current game modes. Right now, I'm finding it oddly addicting considering it's mainly just various timers. I think this is part to do with the engaging art style and the quirky lore. I'm excited for the PvE storylines coming, as the lore that I've seen so far has been really interesting. And it'll be good when the PvP is released to see how my team compares against others. There's still plenty coming on the roadmap, so I'm going to look forward to what the team can deliver. Thanks for watching, and remember to look for games that you enjoy playing.